but I just didn't have the time because I thought I'd be up earlier.
Boom Boom Show episode. Fuck, dude. I don't even know what episode this is, man. I think it's 16. Who cares, bro? We've been gone, but we back. And I'm with
back.
I'm with I think the sexiest man in the world, Mr. Supreme Scribe. He has to show off his glory shots first, just to let the people know. Why you sweaty, bro?
Poland Spring on deck. I'm not sweaty. I'm just moisturized.
All right, my girl's gonna
and it is hot outside.
My girl's gonna be heated because we're both drinking out of plastic.
Shout out Peyton, environmentalist.
Yeah, shout out Peyton. Fuck, dude. Too much has happened since I've last been on this podcast, man. And I'm gonna try and be as positive as I can.
Yeah, I won't do the same.
You won't? All right. Well,
no.
We need someone to.
We got some fucked up shit to talk about.
Yeah, we do. I guess I'll do it. All right, let's get this shit going. You hear that, Mr. Scribe?
No, I do not hear it. Is
you
that
don't?
the Boom Boom song?
Yeah. No. All right. Whatever. Sing that shit for me, bro.
Goofy Gang shit. You already know what it is. It's the Scribe remix. Goofy Gang shit. Boom Boom Show shit. Oh, I can hear it now.
All right, yeah. Let me run it back. Yeah.
He said boom, boom.
How you doing?
Boom, boom,
show, go, yeah.
He said boom, boom, show. He
said what?
He said boom, boom, show. Wait, who? He said boom, show.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, baby. Boom Boom Show episode. I don't even fucking know, man. But oh man, my SoundCloud was still playing. All right, bro. So first thing I want to talk about. I woke up this morning, and I saw that the cancel culture is coming after Goya right now.
Please explain.
Which I understand to an extent. So as I was going to bed yesterday, I saw like a lot of memes and stuff that was like, man, Goya's been shit ever since this or whatever. And it was like some like microwave shit. I'm like, all right, yeah, microwave like tostones would be trash. So I feel you. And then I'm seeing these articles. And like I saw like the photos and stuff. I don't really like to look into too much shit because that shit'll rot your brain. But like the most Americans, I saw an article on Facebook, so I know what it is.
Yeah.
So this dude had like the CEO of Goya had some sort of press conference at the fucking White House and was like, dude, I fuck with this guy, man. Like we're doing good. And so a lot of people that like Goya are mostly Spanish people. And it was like, oh, you're supporting the build the wall, motherfucker?
Yeah.
And boom. So that's the crazy news I woke up to.
That's literally what it is. Well, let me tell everybody something in fucking dear corporate America. First off, I don't get like why they keep changing shit all of a sudden as if like they never knew what it was. Like didn't they change Aunt Jemima? They're gonna change the Redskins. And like last year, the owner of the Redskins, Dan Schneider, was like, "I'm never fucking changing the name of this team." And FedEx was like, FedEx said some shit. Then he's like, "Oh, my bad. I do realize it's racist." But like at the end of the day, I understand not putting money in someone's pocket, but at the same time, the CEO of Goya does not make the products. Like, you know what I mean? And I understand the brand, so I guess there's a weird line between it. But like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't get what's supposed to happen through all of this. Like, it's not surprising at all. So I'm not saying people shouldn't be mad or feel a type of way, but I just don't know why this is breaking news. Like, I could tell you almost every $1 billion CEO is just gonna support Trump because for obvious reasons.
Because tax breaks.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like if you make over, depending on what state, I know it's in Massachusetts, I think it's if you make over $100,000 or over $1 million, you have to like 40% or something like that.
That's
40% of your income goes back. So like yeah, that's why all these rich people are doing shady shit, because like regardless, like they're gonna get fucked over, man. Like
yeah, bro, that's a lot of fucking money. That is a lot of money.
Yeah.
40%.
But I want to share a story. You know this. I just want to share this one with the public of
Okay.
late May, when all like the protests really started going off and shit. So
Mhm.
I had a 10-day break from work,
Yeah.
and so on my 10-day break I fucking tripped balls a bunch of times and just did work on the farm. And
Mhm.
one of those days, like, I'm peaking, dude. I'm tripping sack. And my sister texts me, like, this was 3 days after, or 2 days after, like, Minnesota like started wilding out.
Yeah.
My sister texts me and is like, yo, are you okay? Like, are your friends okay in Prov? And like, dude, I'm talking to fucking Gandhi right now. And I'm just like, oh my God, what is going on? Because I knew that the National Guard was like coming in. Like, I saw
Yeah.
like the fucking checkpoints and all this shit. And then like later on that night, I sobered up. I earlier that day, like, I saw your story. I saw a text and stuff. I'm like, I'm not reading right now. And so like I just texted you. I was just like, bro, I don't know what's going on, but I'm scared. And
Scared.
if you need somewhere to go, I'm here for you. And so you're
Nah,
like, yeah,
that's
bro.
love.
You're like, yeah,
Yeah.
bro, shit's fine, man. Like, we just had a
Yeah,
peaceful
it was fine.
protest, just some idiots just
Mhm.
like wild out at the mall. So
Exactly. And they were like from Central Falls, and they were from like Mass, so that it wasn't even Providence kids. But it's funny because you guys showed me those. Was you there? No, somebody, I think Bob and Piff showed me a video of these kids from Warwick. They called themselves like Warrack or
oh,
some
war rat kid,
dumbass
yeah.
shit. Yeah,
Bro,
I guess they were involved in that shit too, or something, or they conspired it or
yeah,
something. So
we
it
were
had nothing to
last time
do.
we hung out.
Yeah, yeah. So you were there. Yeah, we were just
Yeah,
high as
yeah.
fuck, so I don't remember.
Dude, this kid, I, I am. It's unfortunate, not even unfortunate, bro, but it's just like wild that I'm talking about this kid, which, like, well deserved. Like, this man, this like, how can you not talk about these kids, bro? These kids are fucking entertaining. At the end of the day, a lot of road, you've seen it, like, you're not on Facebook as much as I am, but like Facebook is where all like the complaining really
Yeah.
happens, like, woe is
Mhm.
me. And like saw a lot of Rhode Island artists like being like, man, how are these kids getting all this fucking attention and stuff, man? I make fire shit, da da da. I'm like, no, you don't.
but even if you eat, what I never get is, even if you did, why do you want that attention? Like, nobody's supporting them. People
Yeah,
are
they're
just watching them. And if you want views rather than just like actual a fan base, then I mean, I guess. But like, my only message about that shit would be like, I obviously wouldn't want anything to happen, period. But at the end of the day, like, keep that shit in work, bro. Because like, when shit like that happens in Providence, like, they're not dumb. I know why they
oh
did it in
yeah,
Providence. Like,
yeah,
it
bro.
get a specific narrative gets thrown out there on what happened. Like, people are just gonna automatically think a bunch of colored people in the protest just went and destroyed the mall
Hmm.
because we're all angry. Like, bro, go do that shit at work more. Like, you know what
And
I mean?
yeah,
If you're gonna do some shit.
a lot of these stereotypes, like with the black community, really has to, a finger needs to be pointed at the media, bro. All my life, bro, it's just like, bro, like Boys in the Hood and
Forever.
like, shout out Boys in the Hood. It's a
Forever.
great movie, but like, I remember they would play it all
And
the time on
yeah.
VH1 and shit. And like, I'd be thinking, I'm like, dang, that, I guess that's what it's like to like grow up in a black community, you know? Like, this is like
Mhm.
10-year-old Sam in Hopkinton, bro. Like, you know,
But that's
like,
funny because if you never have certain experiences, like, I wouldn't expect you to think otherwise. It's just like the fascination we have with that shit, like black people in gangs, or the mob, Italians in the mob. Like, that's
yeah.
just American fucking culture, bro.
And when Katrina happened, like, all the articles, it showed white people gathering supplies, and the
Yeah.
articles of the black people would say looting.
Looting, yeah, some dude would be in like waist high water with a plasma screen TV, like.
Yeah, and with like everything that's going on right now, like, this shit was inevitable. There's a lot of fucking work to be done.
Big facts.
When my parents were born, like they were babies. They weren't even one yet, but they were alive for a little bit before it was legal for Black people to vote, for a
That shit's
white
nuts.
person, a Black person to get married. That's
It's crazy,
not
bro.
even, dude, that's not even 60 years ago.
Exactly.
Like, come on, bro. Like,
And when you really think about it like that, like it just puts everything in perspective, and it's just like, you can't tell people how to react, but at the same time, like there's so many stories within stories within stories, and it just has to slowly unfold and just be presented to the table, you
mhm.
know?
Yeah,
But it's a lot, bro.
and like allies, like I'm calling out a lot of white people right now, because we have to fucking step up when it's just white people in a room together
Yeah,
wilding
that's
the
the biggest
fuck
thing.
out. It's
Yeah.
uncomfortable to do that shit and whatever, and I've done it, and it's just like, all
Hmm.
right, cool. Like either this person's gonna get their shit together and be like, dang, holy shit, like I wouldn't have said that, like, or like I'm not like hanging out with that person, like, because what it is, it's like you just got to tell your perspective to people. Either they're gonna get it or they're not. Like I'm not gonna fucking argue with
Yeah.
someone over that shit. It, and if you know me, like, bro, like I've done that shit plenty of times, and like way back when I was young, like freaking like Ras checked me, was like, yo, bro, chill.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tell you shit, you know.
I mean, at the end of the day, I just look at it like, well, like for example, like my family specifically wasn't even in America 40 years ago, probably like 38, 39 years ago. My entire family like came to America.
Like that's
So
not even a full lifetime. Like
exactly.
same with the civil rights bill being passed. Like barely a full lifetime. Like the life
Barely, bro.
expectancy is
Barely.
70, 80 in
Like
America.
it's about half. So I know you wanted to talk about like Cape Verde a little bit later, but it's like Cape Verde specifically, it
Mm-hmm.
like translate to like Green Cape. So like we were like a slave trading spot. That's why there's so many different colored Cape Verdeans,
Mm.
so many different just forms and colors and shapes and all that shit. But it's like I just look at America like nowadays we're blessed enough to be able to have so many rights compared to, like you said, like not even that long ago, 30, 40, 50 years ago. But at the same time, like let's not, like, a lot of people play both sides. A lot of people like to just attach themselves to such a sensitive topic, and at the end of the day, like
Mm.
who's to tell somebody like, oh, you never went through that, it's so sensitive, so everybody just kind
Yeah.
of everyone kind of jumps on the bandwagon, although there's a bunch of racial shit that happens in a country that was literally built off people taking, I know this is so cliche, but people taking land and then they just immigrant, and then like them opening the door to immigrants, like, yo, if you come here and work, like we'll give you freedom. You know what I mean? Like there will never be such a perfect like utopian society here, bro. It
Mm-mm.
just won't exist. We're the only country where it's just like there's no culture. It's just a bunch of different people. So at the end of
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
yeah, so
Remember growing up just being like, yo, what is it? Where?
like yeah, like
What is our
every
thing? Chinese food? What?
exactly. So it's like we're just America's such a just a big corporation. It's like everybody just wants a piece of the pie. And I feel like, I can't speak for everyone obviously, but I feel like a lot of the fight when you really get down to it is colored people just want more opportunity. They just want, I guess, reparations, but I don't like using that word because it's like someone like me specifically, like I don't fucking need an apology. I don't need Apple Music to go Blackout Tuesday. I don't need Goya to
Yeah,
apologize. Like,
the corporate people need to step the fuck off, because
bro, yeah,
they're
like
not
I
us,
don't
bro. The
they're not.
outsourcing for all their products, like, you
I don't
know,
need an apology. I don't need
funding
a black.
sweatshops.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need like a black music page on the front page. Like, think about the music industry in general. Like, literally, black people created blues music, rock music, all that shit, but they weren't allowed to fucking perform. It was called like race music. They weren't allowed
Yep.
to perform just anywhere. So sometimes, obviously, white people had their own music too, but like white people would take certain songs and make it mainstream, and they would be looked at as if they created that song. And then fast forward to today, the same shit is happening, bro. Like our music is still owned by an old Jewish dude or old white dude, whatever. Like it's
Yeah.
just like at the end of the day, there has to be some type of form, and I don't have all the answers clearly and obviously, but at the end of but it's a thought. It's a thought. It's just like this. Yes, people get treated a certain way for their color. All that shit is so true. But like, we live in America. We have our freedoms. The biggest thing is the way we're perceived, the just the culture and the credit we're stripped of, as if we're not such big part of this economy. We're not such a big part of this culture. We're not such a big part of entertainment. Like, what is American culture, right? It's fucking sports, it's fucking music, it's fucking television. Like, Black people are in all of that shit. And they're a big part of it. So it's like, I just don't understand how we're gonna sit here and like ask Sony to be like, oh, put up a playlist of Black artists. Like, no, how about you give us our fucking shit back? Because
Dude,
Michael
I
Jackson's
don't think
fucking
it
dead.
was.
Prince is dead. Like,
I don't think a lot of the shit that's happening, I don't think it's the Black community that's like making those decisions to it, like,
at
or
all.
like influence like corporate America like that. Like, that's that's what the white people think like they need to do. And it's just like, yo, y'all just need to shut the fuck up and like let us do our thing. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, stop like thinking like y'all know like how, not even erasing how someone else feels.
But
just
and
like,
that's such a deep root. It's such a deep root. And that's what I mean. Like, for me, change would be slowly but surely, like, cutting that root and like changing people's minds so people don't go, because it's literally just a mindset, bro. Like, people are just born into that shit and they just think certain other people, they need help or they need pity or they're not capable of certain things. And it's like, nah, bro, like, we're all humans. There's dumb, smart versions of all types of races, like good, bad, this and that, whatever you want to do. Like, it just exists in everybody.
yo, I'm gonna turn on this light because I think I look dark.
All right. Oh, read the room, Sam.
Yeah.
They're gonna chop that headline out.
Yo,
boom,
earlier
show host under fire.
Yeah, dude, hey, I'm trying to get these views up, bro. Dude, earlier, like, this window was open and like I didn't have a shade for that, so like I try to use this envelope to hang that shit up because I was pale. Yeah, dude, we just have this deep talk about race. I'm like, dude, I think I'm dark, man. See, this is why. This is why,
Samuel.
This is a Jewish man's podcast too. Oh my gosh. Oh jeez.
Jeez.
But
what's
dude,
good, bro?
When did you drop Sleepless? Did you drop that this year or last year?
No, that was last year. I'm pretty sure it was October.
Yeah, dude.
I think around like October 15th.
I want to talk about that run, the run that you're on type. Not even that run. We just had a freestyle yesterday.
Man.
With Beat Knocks, like,
shout out Beat Knocks.
I love the two of y'all, like, linking and shit. Especially like Beat Knocks is literally like a cameraman for the fucking news.
Yeah, exactly, bro. And he be out there on the protest catching shit. I remember. I'm pretty sure he caught Nairu's footage. If not, he was there. So like that's a dope RI. Well, not fuck. I hate saying that shit, bro. It's just a dope artist connection right there. Because yes, we're in RI, and sadly, we're in a place where a lot of people like to talk about like nobody supports NRI, nobody supports. And I guess there's some true cases to that, but at the end of the day, bro, our state just doesn't have a fucking industry or market or anything. You know what I mean? So it's like, fuck all that Rhode Island talent shit. Like, nah, we're just fucking talent. But yeah, I'm not gonna go off on a tangent. Shout out Beat Knock.
Yeah, I'll say there's a few key holders and only a few of them are cool. With me at least, man, it's just so political. That's how every industry is.
It sure is, but like in the smallest fucking state, everybody knows everybody. It gets 10 times worse.
But yeah, man. So, dude, you started with Flex Rated.
Yes, that was my first single on like streaming platforms.
When was that, bro? Like, I'm trying to think of like.
I think it was April. I'm pretty sure it was April.
Last year?
Yeah, April of 2018, bro. That sounds nuts, but I'm pretty sure that's it.
Holy crap! I think you might be right. So it was that then Sleepless?
Yeah, it was that, then Sleepless, and I believe it was that because bro, I recorded these songs so long ago. Like you was at some of the
I
studio
know,
sessions.
dude. Like that.
Remember that, bro? That shit's a minute ago.
Yeah, it's like that. That's why like we were at all those sessions like in Sleepless at the end when you're like Bob, please. Like
Bro,
what
please,
did
yeah.
Bob do? Like
He just fucking talks. He's just
yeah,
talking in the background.
yes. Oh my gosh, facts,
Shout out
facts.
Bob, man.
Yes, I love Bob. I might see him today, bro.
Oh, what you guys gonna do? Just kick it?
Yeah, bro. Just fucking. I'm gonna just go on Twitch with Bob.
Oh yeah, lit. That's lit.
Bro, I got an Xbox, right? Shout out my boy
Oh,
Keem for selling me the Xbox. But
yes, sir.
it didn't come with like the plug. It came with like the adapter. I had like a plug that was similar, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like red when it goes on. So it doesn't work. But I ordered a new plug.
Damn.
The
All
plug's on
right,
the
good.
way. The plug's on the
Yeah, the plug's
way.
on the way. Ran off with the plug twice.
But yeah, man, like literally like before the from I was really thinking before this interview, I've known you for 3 years, dog.
Yeah, man, it's been a minute before
Like
we both had hair.
before we both had hair. Dude, I saw
Yeah.
this player on you've heard this before. Who's this guy? Who's this?
I'm the I'm the Suns. Hold on, let me see
No,
his
on the
screen.
Wolves. Aubrey?
Oh, what? No, that's just the edit. He doesn't play for them, but yeah, that's Kelly Oubre. Yeah, bro.
Kelly Oubre. You ever heard
That's,
that one?
bro, I hear that all the fucking time. That's some good.
I
That's the
was
clip
like,
right there for the thumbnail
I
for the
was
preview
like,
of the
I
interview.
know.
Who's this guy? Have you got that before? Yeah, bro. Shout out Kelly Oubre. Yeah, bro. Yo, if you want a good laugh, go on Kelly Oubre's page and just read the fucking comments. That's all I'm gonna say. Just read the comments.
Are they
Like,
tagging you?
no. There's just this ongoing like joke with like young like ball players. I don't like. It's weird as shit. But it'll be like random kids, like nobody known or famous or anything, and they just like fucking like obsess. You know how kind of like people obsess over Trav or ASAP Rocky in a weird way, like young
Yeah.
kids do that. They do that with Kelly Oubre, bro, and it's just fucking
I
hilarious if
I
you go in
can
the
only
comments.
imagine if I was 13 and I had access to who did I like I was really fucking with like old rock and roll bands. But say like
Yeah,
they were athletes on Instagram. And when I was 13, if I could freaking
see their
DM
life and shit.
like or just comment on like KG shit, Big Poppy.
Yeah, back in the day, bro. Yeah, I missed that era of sports, bro.
Yeah,
There was so many studs.
like yeah, we got like social media and stuff like when our brains like were really like at the level of like all right we like really kind of know what right and wrong is.
Yeah, yep. We didn't grow up in it. We kind of grew into it, but which I'm very blessed
Yeah.
because kids nowadays, bro, they're just getting slapped with so much weird and crazy shit. Like there's so
uh
many theories about that shit, but yeah, that's a
I
conversation for
just
another day,
I just don't want to have kids now, like
bro. It's crazy,
with
man.
everything that's going on. I'm like what?
I don't blame you. I
Why
don't
would
blame
I?
you.
It's very scary right now, fam. There's
Big facts.
one thing that the mainstream media really isn't talking about is what's going on overseas with China and India. Like they're dead ass
School
shooting
me.
at each other. Like
Damn, really?
yeah, bro. Like the
I've been
Chinese
out of the loop on that. You got to school me on that.
dude. All I really know is that they're like like reclaiming like this area, Tibet and shit. It's like it's happened
Like
before.
China's reclaiming it.
They're trying to and stuff.
Jesus
And
Christ.
like Australia's pissed and freaking Russia's pissed and England's pissed.
Bro, it's really like some world domination shit, bro.
Yeah.
Slowly and surely, bro.
And they're freaking like buying like mad like property in Africa and stuff
Yeah, I
to
know
get
about
like
that.
resources and all that.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Yeah, they were coming at Akon basically saying the reason he was able to do so many things in Africa is that he worked through China or worked with China or alongside, whatever way you want to fucking word it. But yeah, I definitely heard about China buying land in fucking
These
Africa.
dudes,
Yeah, bro, it's just power
these
play,
Chinese
man.
really run the world.
Bro, it's nuts. And we're getting our data sold to them every fucking second. Every
Yeah,
fucking second.
I have TikTok too. I'm just like,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun. Hey man, gotta push this
Yeah, bro.
content, fam. Feel me?
It's too late to stop it regardless. They have every fucking thing they need.
Oh my god, I was listening. I was watching a podcast from 5 years ago, Joe Rogan and Duncan Trussell, and like they were just high theorizing some crazy shit. And he's like, "No, it's not. It's not the cameras. It's not like the little tiny cameras that's gonna be a bug. It's the dust that goes in the air and just collects everything, and you breathe it in and shit. Like
Yo,
that's
see,
probably
like
what the
they be getting
chemtrails
into some
are right
crazy
now,
shit, bro.
fam.
Bro, they be getting into some crazy shit, but I would put nothing past the world, bro. I would put nothing past the world.
Mm-mm.
Like there's
MK
a
Ultra?
possibility that there's a possibility that any and everything it could be true, bro. Like or they have at least
Do you have
tried
a
crazy
favorite? Do you
shit.
have a favorite conspiracy? If not, just
Two I
name
have
one. Just name one.
I I too I have too many theories, but I like, bro, where do we even begin? Like, just name a theory. Bro,
If
it's all under the big theory that this shit's fucking. Yeah, I don't know, bro. That's just you name a fucking theory.
that JFK was dual assassination collab between the Russians and the Italian mafia.
Oh, the mob was definitely involved because it was with the banks and shit. That's a good That's a good one. That's a
Mm.
good one. It's like my conspiracy tree starts with this world's a fucking lie, and then everything falls under that. I'm
That's not
way
even
too
a
much of a bad
conspiracy
thinker.
theory. That's already
But
proven.
but that's what I mean. So when you say name a conspiracy theory, I'm trying to name some shit that I think, but maybe I don't feel is true. But bro, I feel like every single thing of those things are true. Like maybe I don't have all the facts right, obviously, but like the idea of it, there's something fishy. Like I just don't believe anything, bro. I don't believe anything.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff being hidden, but I like it is humans at the end of the day, or is it, dude? Imagine if it's just like really like there's like you like become high in political office and like it's really like a fucking like lizard person.
Bro, but that's there you go. That would be a conspiracy theory, I'll say, because I think about that shit. Although I don't believe it yet, or I don't have enough facts to really consider it, I think that shit, bro. Like, what is it about these certain families that have just been in power forever that like no one has ever just took them out or nobody has ever challenged them? Like, are they fucking like superhuman? Are they lizard people? Are they like the fuck is it about these five families that just control everything forever?
Yeah,
Like I think about that shit all the
if
time.
it's not lizard people, it's just a wild mindset. Why a
Bro, it has to be like they
and
just have to be so different.
drugs, dude.
Yeah,
Drugs. They're
they have to
definitely
be
like
on some different shit, bro. They're
like
just
I
on
think
some
they're
different
fucking
shit.
like tripping, either tripping balls or coked out or like all the above.
But it's like you just create this thing. It's like they just created this thing called money, right? And then they just made the world their game. Like we don't need money because we created this shit. But we'll watch all of you guys live and die chasing and fighting over it, and we'll just fucking control
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Like it's just, but they don't need money. Like imagine being a Rothschild. Like bro, you don't actually need physical money. Like you can have whatever you want in this world, and that's why the idea of money is crazy, or the idea of being in debt to other countries is just crazy to me. Because at the end of the day, nothing is gonna happen. Like they're all just in cahoots. So it's like,
Hmm.
am I really in debt with you, as in I'm going to pay you, or am I in debt to you in a whole different kind of way?
Bro, back when we were all tweaking out because the economy was gonna shut down for two weeks.
Yeah, I remember that shit. Feels like fucking forever
Yo,
ago.
it's about to be
Sadly,
2 years.
feels like forever ago.
I'm hearing a lot of scientists say that like Americans are probably gonna have to wear masks for 8 years or some shit.
Jesus,
Bro,
bro.
America's about to be cut off from the rest of the world. They're partying everywhere else pretty much.
Yeah, especially the South. The South never gives a fuck about anything, and they never have.
Dude, the South will rise again with corona
Yeah,
cases.
bro. They'll never give a fuck about what the rest of the country's doing. They just do
Yeah.
what they do.
Dude, where oh yeah, so let's get into the history of Cape Verde because I didn't do any research, man.
It's fine. We could talk about some things. I'm not the biggest historian, but I know plenty.
So what I know about Cape Verde is its Independence Day is July 5th, 1975, yes?
Yes, my mom's older than K Verde.
All right, it is a group of islands
Yep.
off the coast of Africa to the west. It's off of
West,
West
yes,
African
to the
coast.
west.
How many
Left
miles,
side.
man? Would you say?
How many miles?
It's deep
How
out
many
there.
miles? Yeah, it's deep out there. Like when I took
Hundreds.
a bro, when I flew to Cape Verde when I was in 10th grade, you just get on the plane and it's just water for like 12 hours. Like it's just water. You're just over the Atlantic
That's
Ocean. Like
scary,
it's just
dude.
bro, it's crazy. It's really crazy. And when you get there, because there's so many islands and like there's really like no place in Cape Verde where it's just like, oh, like that's like I mean, Praia is the capital island, so like that's what you would consider it. But like you wouldn't look at Praia and be like, oh, that's like the most capital, like the downtown area. Like it's nice and all, but like everything is just so small. So you have to land your plane in Praia, and then to get to Sauni Cloud, which is where my family's
It's
from,
a
which is
commercial? Was it a commercial plane?
yeah,
So it
to
was a
Praia. But
like
from island to island, and no, it's not a commercial plane, and that's
like
the funny story I'm getting into. Like it's like this little rigged plane with like 15 of us, and I'm sitting here
yeah,
like,
with the propeller man at the
bro,
front.
yeah, and I'm like, is this dude? I'm like, is this dude even really a pilot, or does he just drive this shit because no one else does? Like, and you're just like, you see him like grandmas praying and shit because Cape Verdeans are super Catholic because of the Portuguese. So like, and then you land and you just
Oh,
pray, and it's just like, bro, it's like the scariest shit in the world. But like, you
I
just
don't want to
suppress
pray
all those emotions.
before I go on a plane.
Bro, you just suppress those emotions because you're like, this isn't real. I'm really not on this little ass plane. Like, God forbid, like it's just water on top of water. But you could take ferries and shit too, or boats or whatever. But like, we flew from island to island. But I didn't get to island hop when I was there. I was a kid, so I didn't really have much freedom. Like I was
Mhm.
just with my mom and shit. But I stayed there for a month. And like, what I would say about Cape Verde, like from just my experience, rather like we could talk about history and shit too. But what I could tell you from like what I just took away is just like Americans will find this crazy because it's tough to understand if you've never just been in a world where people live different. Although I would never give up America, and although I'm very grateful for the freedoms, like just the opportunity, bro. That's what it is. It's opportunity, like the opportunity to try to become something you want to be and actually have that chance and actually have those resources. But outside of that, the way they live out there and how simple life is, it shows me like that's the way life
Yeah,
should be in America.
island life.
Bro, in America, we just create things that are important, like money and jobs and all that shit. Like out there, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be insensitive because it's sad that like kids grow up, they finish school, and they don't really have shit to do or places to go. Like, so they have to just basically just join the military. Like, they don't have opportunities at like good paying jobs most
Yeah.
of the time. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like they grow their own food. The fresh is the fruit is so good. Like out here, strawberries are like this big. In Cape Verde, they're like this big, but they're the sweetest fucking
Yeah.
strawberries you've ever
Yeah.
had.
Oh, dude,
And they,
that's what I be hearing.
bro, cooking, cleaning, just being with your family, like the importance of family, the importance of morals. And like my grandfather was the chief of police in the island that I'm from. So like when I was out there, like people always like, oh, you're Pedro's grandfather, grandson. Like and they'll tell you stories and shit like that. So like out in Cape Verde is just a very like family oriented, like ride for each other, hold each other down. Kind of just free world. Like it's dope, man. It's dope to just like I remember like I got into soccer when I was out there because in my village where my grandparents have a house, there's like this clay soccer. You can't call it a field, like a clay soccer field, I guess, whatever. And we was playing with like the neighborhood kids, and we was like arguing with them and shit. It was hilarious, like to the point where at night there's like no street lights in the village, obviously, so it's just dark as fucking shit. And they obviously know their village better than us, so we're walking back to my grandfather's house, and they were throwing bottles at us and shit. It was crazy.
Yo.
But it's like kids being kids, and it just goes to show you like kids are kids no matter where. Like
Glass
it's a
bottles?
funny thing. glass bottles. But I
Yeah.
don't think they were trying to hit. Yeah, I don't think they were trying to hit us. Because if they were trying to hit us, they probably could have. But I think they were just trying to scare us to just
Yeah.
try to let us know, like, don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're visiting us, and like, being the American kid, you're always gonna get looked at sideways.
Oh
They kind of
yeah.
look at you like you're privileged, like you're snobby, like you don't fucking, like, you know what I'm saying? You think you're better than us. But we had to earn our respect out there, so that's funny. But Cape Verde, man, yeah,
Dude,
a
yeah.
bunch of
So
islands off the west coast of Africa.
it's 400 miles west of Dakar, Senegal. And
Senegal, yep.
yeah,
Senegal, yeah.
that's just a quick little fact there. The Portuguese found it in like the 15th century.
The Portuguese, the Dutch, the even the I would say even some other European countries.
I
I don't want
bet,
to
man.
I don't want to say some countries and just missing it, but definitely the Portuguese for sure, the Dutch for sure. My grandmother's father,
Dude,
that's where I
French,
get my
yo, yeah, the English, bro. French, Sir Francis
bro,
Drake was there.
all
Everyone
of
was
them.
there.
It was the Green Cape, bro. A lot of
Dang,
slave trade
yeah.
happened through Cape Verde.
In
It's a bunch of islands.
1975, they finally got their independence and weren't a territory of Portugal
Yeah.
anymore. That's wild.
Now, yeah, that's why, and like I said, that's just exactly why so
So,
many
and
Cape
your
Verdeans
mom's
live
from
there.
there, right?
Yeah, my mom and all her siblings, which my mom has like
So
10 siblings.
like they became a country in her lifetime.
Yeah, she was 2 years old. My mom was born in 73.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
That's wild. Yeah, that's dope. Definitely makes you like understand like why there's like so much pride in that community,
Hey,
man. You know.
bro, I just look at my uncles, and although they're only like 30 years older than me, 25 years older than me, that's not that crazy. But like, I just think like obviously like they came to America when they were like young teens, so like they've lived in America for a long time. But at the same time, like they really grew up so different, bro. Like
Mm.
my older cousin was telling me a story. Like they used to work so much, and my grandfather used to take all of them to work in early in the morning when they were working in the fields, just doing shit or just growing food or whatever, farming, whatever. My grandfather used to like dig a hole for them at like 5 in the morning so they can get some rest before like they had to start working. Like, just think about that shit, bro. Like you're just out and you just have to travel places to get water. To get water, you have to walk to the well. Like you get like it's just crazy to think like that my uncles, like the uncles that I see like working in construction or owning their own businesses or just driving nice
Used to wash
cars or
their
just
ass with a leaf, with a
bro, like
rag.
they just live
Some
so
Americans doing that
different,
right
bro. Like,
now. Welcome to the
yeah, like they
shits.
they just worked. They just really worked, and they just grew up where it's just like a lot of pride in your family, like always loved you and looked over you. But at the same time, like it was so strict. Like there's just no room for error. There's no room for just like lollygagging and just sitting around. Like you had to work to live, bro. Like you didn't work to gain money. You worked to live, and that's
Mm.
just it's a blessing to think like whenever I just like feel fearful or doubtful of certain shit, I just think about the fact that like my grandfather and some of his brothers, like they took the risk of bringing their entire family to a new country and losing everything they had. Like my grandfather went from the chief of police to just an immigrant in the States, and he did that to just give his family a better chance. Like that shit's crazy to me. So it's like
Mm.
you gotta be very grateful of that when you wake up and just complain about certain shit.
Yeah, it's a good perspective to have, man. Cause like
Big facts.
the farthest like, cause like I had ancestors here back when fucking King George III was running this shit, and so
That's crazy.
like I have like stories of like just like late 1800s type
Hmm.
shit. Like people come from like Prussia and then like during World War II and stuff. My great grandma uh was I think she lived in she was like growing up in Russia, and then shit hit
Yeah.
the fan, and like she bounced to England. That's why she met my great grandfather, and boom, boom.
Ain't that fucking crazy, bro? That's only your great grandfather, and
Yeah.
that's how long
So
ago.
if World
Like,
War II didn't happen, there'd be no Sammy Bang Bong.
but see, but that's so dope that you can go that far back in your history. And I'm sure, like me being Cape, like I'm not like technically I'm not an African American because like the difference between me and like an African American would be sadly most black people in America can't even trace back their great grandfather. You know what I mean? my family's just from a whole different country and they migrated here, so it's a little bit different. Obviously, I'm damn sure I have some family members that were slaves as well, but at the same time, like my grandmother's father, that's where I get like the light eyes from. Like my mom used to tell me he had like green eyes and like a reddish brown curly mustache. Like he probably had some type of, not probably, he definitely had some type of European in, just
Yeah.
from the type of shit that was going on in
Way
the
back.
colonizing and shit.
Yeah.
But it's like people argue a lot about who were the first people like that inhabited Cape Verde. Like who was there? Like who was there before the quote unquote Portuguese discovered it? And it's like people talk about Angola and shit. Like if you talk to Norm about shit like that, because Norm's from a different island, and that's another thing about Cape Verdeans. Like so many Cape Verdeans could have different histories depending on what island you come from. But it's
just
crazy.
a
But it's dope,
bunch of islands that like broke up from like different areas in Africa.
bro.
You
So
think?
yeah, and different,
And like
probably,
came
yeah. To be
together.
exactly, or if they probably had different tribes and exactly different African countries probably had
And people
setups
like,
there. Like
it's like, who says like no one from Africa like took a boat out there or some shit, or like no one from Africa took a boat to America.
that's
Like
what I'm saying, bro.
like I
Like
remember you and
we
I
would
talked
never
about
know.
that's not even a conspiracy theory. Like that's just like a
No,
theory.
it's bro.
Why not? Definitely, bro.
It has to make sense, Sam. Like in a sense, like you got to think about it. Like you're telling me white people found everything, bro. Like
Yeah.
that just makes zero
It's
sense. You like,
propaganda.
and that's what I'm saying. Like I think about it, like you have to give white people their fucking credit. All jokes aside, like bro, they whatever the fuck makes them the way they are, they fucking get shit done. But at the same time, like I find it very hard that every single other race was so comfortable. They're like, yo, let's just stay here forever, and white people were the only people like, yo, let's travel somewhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? With even
Yeah.
to be fair, even with the intent to conquer, like I'm sure other races were trying to conquer, but I think it just seems to be a type of respect. Like people just only conquered each other. Like obviously African tribes fought, Asian tribes fought, but whatever happened fucking happened. People have so many fucking theories, bro. Like Israelites and black, like colored people are there
Oh, dude.
by God, all that,
It's
bro.
just we
So
gotta
many
like take a
theories, so
step back
many
and be like,
theories.
hey guys, we're never gonna know.
Yeah, we're
Let's
never,
not fight over it.
yeah, and we don't have to. I guess we don't.
This is what I think.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly. But at the end of the
Now
day,
you should
my
think what I think, as long as it's not like hurting anyone.
no,
That
exactly.
shit.
As long as it's not
Like
a
not making
disrespectful thing, or
threats or any shit like that. Like
you don't feel superior to somebody.
and
But
so sorry to cut you off, but I was one last
no,
thing
go
I was
ahead.
gonna say is people have to understand everyone has a different level of what they deem to be offensive. Like
Yes.
what I think is offensive is something you may think is hilarious. You know?
Yeah, but we both have such dark humors that I tell
Yeah,
people all
no,
the
never.
time, like I'm
Yeah,
not gonna get
never.
offended. So I try to watch what I say because I don't get offended easily. Like I don't even get, I would get offended if I feel like you're hurting somebody else. Like you're not really gonna hurt me. Like you can say what you want to me. I might get angry, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna sit here and be like nothing phases me, but you're not gonna offend me because you're not gonna make me feel less because you call me a name or you have a certain belief. But that's very true. And like to just wrap up the like Cape Verdean history, like my best educated guess, bro, would be that Cape Verdeans just stem from a bunch of different Africans that were just colonized and enslaved, and we just kind of grew into like this multiracial thing. You know what I mean? Like
Mm,
that would be my best educated guess. So I think we obviously all have African roots. Like for example, bro, like my grandfather, bro, he was super dark skinned, but my grandmother super light skinned, like lighter than me, and they're both Cape Verdean from the same exact island. So it's just like it's just a bunch of mixes. We were just a hub, bro. We were just a hub for Africans
mm.
to come in and out, for different Europeans to come in and out. And but it's amazing that we still have a culture. It's amazing that we still have something to build off and have pride, and we have just a presence in America. Like that's dope because there's so many states that would look at you and be like, "You're what?
Yeah.
Like what the fuck is Cape Verde?" And that's crazy because when you travel the country, you realize that but obviously it makes sense because you travel the Atlantic Ocean, you're gonna end up in the Northeast. So yeah, man, that
Hey,
shit's crazy.
shout out Cape Verde.
Shout out, shout out Cape Verde, man.
I was all right. So I got a question.
Yes, sir.
First one, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm decent. Bro,
At least you were more honest than me.
what is like one of like your like most like hilarious like show memories that we've had? Like we've probably done over 100 shows together. What'd you think?
Yeah, nah, we've done so much, but I'll be okay. I'll tell a quick one with no backstory, just because I fucking hate you guys for it. And then
Yeah,
I don't think you were there though. I
I
think that was
wasn't.
the one. I think that was the one Sparker tour you didn't go on because I
Oh
think
yeah, yeah,
you rode bikes
yeah.
with your dad. I think.
I was
You
right. I
when you
was riding.
graduated, yeah, you were fucking living life. But I'll tell that one, and then I'll tell my favorite one and put myself on blast so I don't throw no one under the bus. A quick one that I don't think you was there was we were in fucking. It was me, Piff, Spaka. I'm pretty sure Elevated, Euphoria, so like Ian and Ace, and I think Ryan, I think Bloomingfield, and we were in Vermont, and we were in like this rinky-dink hotel. Like it wasn't the worst hotel, but in Vermont, like we're
Uh-huh.
obviously we're not in the nicest hotel. So it's summertime. We did a show, and I think we have another show the next day. And because we weren't going home yet, and we go into the hotel room, and it's just hot as balls, bro. And you know me, like I'm just like, fuck it, bro. Let's just go to sleep. And everyone's complaining. And they're
Oh
like, nah, bro,
yeah. Oh
we
yeah.
need to get we need to get an AC. We need to get an AC. And this is like the second day of the tour, bro. And they're like, nah, we need to get AC. So Spaka goes and talks to the desk because you know how Spaka gets down. Like he's just gonna go
Yeah.
and fucking
He
he's gonna
demands
go be
his service.
he's gonna go demand that shit exactly. Like
Customer
he's not
service.
gonna
Yeah, I'm
he's
such
not
a
dealing
high
with
ser-
no bullshit.
No
Yeah, he's
bullshit.
not dealing with no
Well, yeah,
bullshit.
no,
So
AC,
he goes,
I like at a hotel,
no,
you
I
need that
understood
shit.
it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
understood them, but I fucking hate the AC. I hate that unnatural cold air. Like it makes me fucking sick. So they go down and then he comes back up like 10 minutes later, like we got a new room. So we go over and I'm just like, whatever. And I forgot what I went to do, whether I was just like chilling in the hallway or whether we went out to smoke or some shit. But I come back and everybody kind of picked the spots they were sleeping in. And I got a bed, but the bed I got was like, bro, the window is the bed level. So like the window, like my car window's right here, like the bed's right here. So I'm laying right here.
Yeah.
This is the fucking AC, bro. And they had that shit blasting the whole night because everybody's been so hot the whole day because it took us forever to get that room. So I wake up, bro, and I swear to God, I had pneumonia for the rest of that tour. So that's my fuck you to everybody memory. So I hope you guys are watching this.
Yeah.
And my funniest show memory would be the first time I ever got drunk.
Oh
When the
yeah.
bar, bro, that we
I'm
were
so
hosting the
glad you
show.
brought this up.
You were
I was gonna let
DJing.
it by if you didn't bring it up. Hell yeah.
Nah. I'll tell it really quick and then you tell it because it's always funnier from someone else's perspective. But from my experience and from what I fucking remember, we were hosting the show at the Met. You were fucking DJing, me and Piff were hosting, right? So we're telling our jokes, we're chilling, and we're like, you know what? Me and Piff were like, we're all three of like all of us that night. We're like, yo, we're fucking turning up because that's when the point, like, we were kind of becoming our own artists, so we were trying to make the best of every situation. So we're like, bro,
Yeah.
we're gonna show our
We
personality.
were
We're
going
gonna make
so
this shit
hard,
pop,
bro.
bro. Yeah, we're
Like,
making this shit pop because so many artists come and they're just kind of shy or
yeah,
like, you know, and it's no
this is
knock to
we was
anybody.
doing the jam at the Met.
Yeah, but we're trying to set the stage for them so the crowd's already engaged so that all they
Yeah,
gotta do is
yeah.
go rap, bro. Yeah, like just
Before
go rap, bro.
anyone's rapping, it was just
Yeah,
me,
we were going in, bro.
Piff, and Scribe, just freaking like people would usually come to the Met and just go sit at the tables. But we were like no, like
Yeah, like bro, no, we're not
we
doing
ain't
that. And
having that. Like get your asses up here. Like we would just start roasting people. Like and like
bro, we were
that
not
was
doing
like
it.
what doing that. I was like, dude, like one of us needs to do comedy type shit.
Bro, people used to call Piff old everywhere they went. Or
Oh my,
people used to,
yeah.
bro,
We
like
were
we
just
had so
going.
many little jokes, bro. We just
We
had
just
so many jokes.
the three of us would go on stage. We'd make fun of the crowd. We'd make fun of each other. Like we just like kind of clown at like people who. It is what it is, but like people who would just like
Too cool for
treat
school, bro.
like treat fucking rap like a post high school graduate at the batting cages,
Nah,
you know.
Yeah, like you still like that chip on your shoulder, like this is like the biggest moment in the world where it's just like, yo, we're all in the same place, we're all trying to have fun and we're all trying to grind. Like, what the fuck is anyone
Yeah,
getting
and
from
like we
feeling
knew
like you're
like
too cool to support anybody?
and we knew there were a lot of rappers in there that just like lying on their rhymes and shit.
Yeah,
Like we saw a certain pattern on like what like the scene is. It would probably be like like at the like artist showcase, it would probably like one out of every like 50 artists was like dope.
bro, people don't know how to deal. People don't know how to deal with attention, bro. That's all it was. People just don't know how to deal with attention, and people don't want to support other people, but they expect the whole room. So we all just took it up. I feel like we all just took
Hey
it
man,
upon ourselves to say, you
it
know
is what
what?
it is, man. Like the music industry ain't for everyone. Like,
No, it's not.
you
And
know,
artists will always be
I
artists.
know that
But
was pretty cold.
no. But bro, it's just a fact, and someone can say that about us, and that could be their belief. Like
Yeah,
it is what
man.
it is,
You know,
bro.
everyone has a different
Exactly.
cup
Like
of tea. That's my opinion.
bro, we've seen so many dope people not make it, and we've seen so many trash people make it, and vice versa. Like people you think deserve to make it, sometimes they don't. People you think are trash just quit, and then sometimes people you think are trash end up blowing up for whatever reason. So it is what it is. But I love what we did. Like we just took it upon ourselves to like create a setting, bro. Like the jam became this place where like, yo, come and get your shit off, and everybody's gonna be invested.
Yeah,
And
like
that's
you
it.
like
That
even just like for like friends and shit. Like I made so many
facts,
friends. Like even people that like
bro.
didn't rap and shit that just would
That's what I'm
like
saying. That were
come
just your
through.
fans or your friends. Like that shit was dope. And Spaka would always hold it down. He'd be fucking moving from the green room to the crowd to this to
Yeah,
that, making sure everyone was good. Like,
yeah,
bro, it was dope, bro. And shout out to Spaka for those opportunities, man. Like those are things that made us the people and the artists we are today. But
yeah. And
to tell the story
side
real,
note,
yeah. Side note,
side note. For everyone listening, go to public not private at public not private on is it public on Instagram? I don't know, but
yeah. I think
don't
that's what it's called at public,
donate
not
to them,
private.
man. They're a good
Facts,
cause,
man.
man, and they
Cause so many fucking
haven't been
venues.
able
We
to.
cannot lose.
It's a
We
art.
cannot lose these venues,
It's
bro.
an art space that hasn't been able to have anything going on since March. Like we're like and
COVID.
entertainers, like we're the last like frontier, like to like
No, we are.
really get back to normal, and it will happen. It will happen. Like
No, it will,
we
bro.
all have to be patient, and I see a lot of like fellow like entertainers like doing the right thing and
Yeah.
shit like that like besides like protests, man, like pretty like doing good shit.
No,
Like in terms of like
using
being
their
with like
platform.
mad people when I say it like that.
Yeah, nah, using their platform responsibly and all that shit.
Yeah, but back to the story at hand.
Yes, back to the story. No, I was having so many flashbacks because we're talking about so
Yo,
many
for real,
people
I
and
was
things.
like, dang, what a wormhole. It was gonna happen.
Yeah, bro, it could go on forever. But yeah, so we're fucking lit. And I remember, no bullshit, there was like this chick in the crowd, and people were trying to tell me she was a stripper or some shit. So we was fucking lit because like we were like, me when I used to be on stage, and especially Pip, like, and we all used to just hype shit up, and we used to just scope the room
Yeah,
and shit like that.
you
Just being
fucking
young guys,
nerds.
bro. Like, yeah, just being young. Like I used to just like, bro, we used to just be on some shit or pick a little shorty
Just
out in the crowd and make a joke about her to let her know.
yellow shirt, yellow
So
shirt.
so we're on the stage just getting lit, and I'm like, you know what, fuck it, like I'll drink today because you know me, like I don't really drink like that. So I'm like, fuck it. And the bartender, that's a bitch to everybody. Sorry, I don't mean to call her a bitch, but like she just acts very mean to everybody. But I fuck with her because she doesn't really treat me. She doesn't treat me like shit, but at the same time, she's not nice to me.
She
But
didn't
she
like me because
fucking
I was the
loves
DJ, and she didn't like
Jesse
the music I
Piff.
played.
No, but that's the thing. I think just people at the Met, like I'm gonna just say that out loud. Like not everybody, but the Met in general is a venue that just doesn't respect rap music. Like I fought with everybody, so many
Yeah,
people there
no,
about
it's
that shit.
true.
But that's not to single out the Met. That's just rap venues in general. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Let's not play that card. But yeah, she fucking loves Jesse Pitt for some reason. I don't know if she thinks he's fucking the sexiest man on earth or whatever. I don't know what the fuck Piff's hiding from us, but she loves him. So I said, Piff, you order the drinks. So because I'm not dealing with her. He goes to the bar. He comes back with these giant ass solar cups filled with pineapple and tequila. Pineapple juice and tequila. Just big ass cups, bro. And she heavy on the tequila. So I'm drinking the first one on stage. We're having a good night. We're about 30 minutes, 45 minutes in the show. And Piff looks at me because, Piff is the type of, the big bro that says some shit that doesn't make sense to you. And then later on in life, you're like,
Yes, dude, it'll hit you 3 months later.
yeah. but this hit me that same night, obviously.
Okay.
He's like, bro, you need to slow down. And I'm like, bro, come on, bro. Like, I'm not a little girl. Like, I know what I'm doing. I'm just drinking this drink black. He's like, nah, bro. Like,
your
this is
head
a
was
sneaky
this
drink.
big that night. Your head
Yeah,
was
he's like, bro, it's a sneaky drink because I've never had pineapple and tequila because just being fucking black, bro, I just drunk dark liquor. Like, anytime I actually drunk, since I'm not a drinker, when I drunk, I just drunk Henny or some shit because that's what everybody around me was drinking. So I never had tequila, especially a mixed drink. So I'm just like, oh, bro, this tastes like pineapple juice. He's like, nah, bro, it's sneaky. I'm like, whatever, bro. I fucking body the first one out. Piff goes and gets us another big ass one. About halfway through that big one, bro, I just was like, holy shit, I'm fucked. So I'm walking around. I'm going to the bathroom, putting water on my face. I'm trying to lay down in the green room. Beatnox has a beautiful picture on the Summer 88 page of me sleeping in the green room like this. Like, I just got my, like, Juventus jersey on and I'm just fucking knocked out. But, like, bro, long story short, I remember walking through the crowd and everyone was like, oh, what's up, Scribe? What's up, Scribe? And, bro, all I was trying to do was not fall and pass out. Like, bro, I didn't black out, but I was the closest thing to blacking out. But, like, I remember I was in the bathroom for, like, the last 2 hours of the show,
you didn't drink
bro.
any water either.
I
So, like,
disappeared.
you just
No,
got,
bro,
like,
I didn't eat. I didn't do none of that
oh
shit,
my
bro.
gosh.
I was a rookie, bro, and I got fucked up, bro.
Oh my god.
I remember every time I laid down and closed my eyes, I couldn't lay down and close my eyes because when I did, I felt like I was sinking into a black fucking hole.
That's literally
like,
all I remember from that show. Like, if I saw, like, the picture from it, like, when I see pictures of shit, I'm like, wait, what outfit was I wearing?
Yeah, exactly. Then you
I
remember.
could tell by the fit.
But I just remember all of you guys would just kept looking for me, and then I was in a bathroom stall, and I don't know if it was all of you guys, but I'ma shout out all of you guys because you guys all fucking treated me good. But I just remember you guys bringing me mad cold water bottles, and I didn't even drink them. I just poured them on my face as I was sitting on the floor, bro. I just was because I had to just stay awake because I felt like if I was to fall asleep, bro, I was gonna sink into a black hole, and I was like, nah, bro, that's just too uncomfortable. But, like, not to bring up somebody that's just not a favorable person, but I remember you could put two and two together. I remember somebody drove me home, and when I woke up the next morning, you know how I basically sit in the back seat when I drive? The driver's seat was on my steering wheel, and that's when I woke up and remembered, oh, shit, they drove me home that night. Like, I couldn't even drive home. The seat was fucking hugging my steering wheel.
Yeah.
Bro, I went to get in my car and I didn't even fit. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because I just didn't even remember. And I was like, oh shit, last night I got fucking twisted, bro.
That's hilarious, bro. Oh my gosh. Yeah, dude, I'll say from my perspective of that night is, like, I remember you and Piff, like, started drinking. I had one drink. I had a different drink, but I just had one drink that night. And, you know, we was turning up doing our thing, and then, like, sheesh, it was like midway through the show or something. Like, you just disappeared.
Bro, disappeared and I never came back.
Piff tells me that you're, like, in the bathroom, and then that, like, you're laying down, and then Spock comes over. He's like, and I tell him what happened, and just, like, you know, like, his, like, reaction to shit, he just laughs. He's like this kid, dude.
Yeah, like this motherfucker, like.
Yeah, it was just so funny because Spock is really screwed in, and then there's there's the three of us wackos.
There's fucking loose
cannons.
Loose, especially when we were 21, bro. What?
Yeah.
Bro,
my gosh.
Loose fucking cannons. Bro.
Yeah, from like when we were 21 to 23, pretty much, man. Wild. Oh my god. All right, bro. I think we'll end it at that, fam. If you know, you know. Plug anything you want to plug up before we end this boom bop.
Yo, bunch of videos on my IGTV. They'll be on my YouTube. Every single social media or website, anywhere you go, you can find me at Supreme Scribe. But got 2 projects dropping, one at the end of this month and then one at the end of August. So just stay tuned.
What?
Yes, bro. At Supreme Scribe anywhere, whether you're searching me on whether you're listening,
we're almost halfway through the month.
Music. Yeah, buddy. Whether you're listening to my music, searching me on music, whether you're searching me on social media, whatever, just Supreme Scribe. That's all I really got to plug. Make sure you tune into the Boom Boom Show at Sam Comfort, at the Boom Boom Show, all that shit. Make sure you stay tuned in, motherfuckers.
Yes, sir. Flex.